Hey everybody, welcome back. It's time to introduce you to my latest innovation. It's a Wi-Fi wireless signal system. All it is this little board here with wires connected to the signal lights. And it's all driven by JMRI. So before we get into these details, let's go take a look at my panel real quick. Alright, so here's my JMRI panel. And the signals that we just looked at are the ones that are right here, called Skyline or Mullen. And there's another set right downstream of it that are also intermediates, and they are also set up with one of those Wi-Fi systems. So how this really works is JMRI has what's called a web server, and it's able to send out a web signal of whatever you're seeing on the panel here. So those of you guys that have set up signals already know that you have to buy something like a Digitrax SE8C or some other type of signal driver board. They're usually pretty expensive, involve a lot of wiring. Well, I have one of those for most all the other signals you see on this board are driven through an SE8C, but I had these two intermediates that I never got around to hooking up. And one of the reasons is the 30, 50, 70 feet of wire sometimes that you got to run from your SE8C all the way to those signals. Takes a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of effort just to run all that wiring. So I thought, let me try something different. So before I run, let me just introduce you real quick to what I'm using here. This is what I use to put together that board. It's simply a small PCB board. This little guy is the heart of it. It's called a ESP32 C3 OLED, which stands for OLED, which is the little screen that you see on there. When you saw the writing on the other one, we'll go back and look at that better and the one that's working. And you just need a couple terminals and 6 resistors, and that's about all it takes to put this thing together. And there's a quarter for scale just to show you how small that really is. So let's go back now and show you how this operates. But in the meantime, let's take a look real quick. You see that the signals are green over red right now. All right, so there we have it. There's the red in the eastbound direction. When I walk around here, you can see it's green in the westbound direction. And I'm just using this little track mobile to provide the occupancy. And see if I go ahead and slide that past the signals, it dropped to red. And when I come back to this side, it's now green. So, just with the track detection, moving that train back and forth, you'll see that it now dropped to red and the other one went back to green. And what's really cool about this too is with the JMRI panels, and I've got my iPad here, I don't have to run back and forth to my main panel. I can just test it right here. So if I go ahead and hit that signal, yellow, and it's yellow. Hit it again, green, red. So if I want to do my testing, I can stand right here, use my little iPad to control my panel remotely. If I go ahead and throw the next turnout that's downstream, there we go. Now you'll see that we're still red here, and we end up with a flashing yellow there because the next signal is yellow. The other cool thing about this is I was able actually to program a delay as well as a fade on those lights as they flash. So it's not just a harsh flash, the lights come on softly. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but this is the whole thing really. I mean, it's all it takes is 5 volts of power, which is just supplied by your standard USB cable right now. I am going to put wire actual 5 volts to it, but see, when I plugged it back in, you see that blue light right now? That's a built-in LED. The red one is just tells you have power. Now you see how quickly it connected. Mullen is the name of this set of signals. and then it says Wi-Fi okay, and it's got a little Wi-Fi signal strength meter built right into it. I have that all programmed into it. But if for some reason Wi-Fi drops out, that blue LED that was on a moment ago, solid, is going to come on and flash. So under normal operations, it's not on. If Wi-Fi drops out, it'll say Wi-Fi off, and then it'll flash that blue LED. So if I notice the signals aren't working, I can come over here, quickly look, and if that blue light's flashing, it's like, oh, okay, it just lost Wi-Fi. But not some other problem like wiring or whatever. So pretty much that's it. I have another set over here that you saw in my little teaser video a week or two ago. These two are being driven by my original prototype, still on a breadboard. The one I was just showing you is the permanent one that I've made, and all I have to do is get around to mounting it securely and running some power to it. What I'm going to do is just run a 12-volt power bus all the way around my layout. Then I can put these anywhere I want. Use a little step down buck converter, they call it, from 12 volts to 5 volts to feed this, and we're good to go. So hope you enjoy it. If you got any questions, throw them in the comments. But basically this thing is super slick and super easy.